People think that the IRS can only take 15% of their Social Security via a levy. Now, that's generally true, but there are three big exceptions that can allow the IRS to levy way more than 15%. Here we go. Okay, so first let's cover the standard rule. Under the Federal Payment Levy Program, the IRS can automatically levy up to 15% of your Social Security for unpaid tax debt. 15% of each Social Security payment is going to be withheld or levied every single month until the debt is paid in full or the IRS agrees to release the levy. But like I said, there are three main exceptions to this 15% rule. The first one is a manual levy issued by a revenue officer. So if you owe a lot of money in back taxes or you've been ignoring IRS notices for a long time, the IRS can assign what's called a revenue officer to your case. He or she can issue a manual levy as opposed to an automated levy. With a manual levy, there is no set percentage. So it's not like 15%, 20%, 30%. No, the revenue officer will calculate the amount of the levy, and that's what you're going to be working with. The second exception to that rule is for child support. If you owe child support, the IRS can take more than 15% of your Social Security. In fact, they can take up to 65%. The third exception to the rule is for non-tax federal debt, things like student loans. If you have defaulted student loans, the IRS can take an additional 15% in something called a treasury offset. Now that's in addition to the 15% that they were already taking for the IRS. If you owe both the IRS and child support, they can take both. Now, if any of these levies are causing you true and genuine economic hardship, you do have options. You can work with the IRS to get your account placed in what's called currently non-collectible status, which basically means that they'll stop the levy and other enforced collection activity against you. You also have the right to appeal a notice of intent to levy before the levy actually starts. It's going to send you a final notice of intent to levy. They're required to wait at least 30 days in between the time they sent you the notice and the time the levy actually starts. You can file an appeal to contest the levy at that time. If the IRS has sent you a final notice of intent to levy your Social Security, don't wait. You want to take action now? Give us a call at 1-877-LEVY-KING. That's 1-877-538-9546. Or you can jump on my website at levyking.com. That's levyking.com, and answer a few simple questions, and we can help you get a fresh start and put this tax mess behind you. That's 1-877-LEVY-KING or levyking.com. That's it for this week, guys.